Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and I'm on a mission to hit subscribers. So make sure you click that button down below. I would appreciate it. So in today's video, we're actually going to be working with 3D on hats. I believe I've already gone ahead and posted that. It is a minor addiction that I definitely want to explore, but I also get very nervous with trying new things. And I'm doing it on hats again, which I would say are things that I hate the most. But I kind of want to get out of my comfort zone, and I really want to be able to say that I love making hats through my journey. And as of right now, it's just not there. She's not there. So anyways, I ended up picking up a couple hats, two to be exact. They're the Russell outdoors ones. They're camos. This is actually for my neighbor. He specifically asked for it. These are really good struction hats. They're kind of like trucker hats. It's the best way to think about them. And basically we're putting Sasquatch, I don't really know. It's a Bronco style. I'll throw up the name here. I can't really say it because apparently I can't pronounce. And he wants it to match the color of his truck that he just recently bought. So he did go ahead and pick this color right here. If you guys are curious, I do pick up all my thread from Candle Thread USA. They are always linked down below. I have no affiliate with them, but this particular color is called 7762. So just kind of an FYI on that. Now, when it does come to 3D foam, your best bet is to try to get foam that's going to match with your thread color, because of course you will have a minor amount of it still popping through. So I did go to, I believe it's called All Stitch. I did All Stitch, and I just picked up a variety of different colors. So luckily enough, I have a blue shade. Is it identical? No, but it's gonna be definitely better than if I did like, you know, red or something like that. So I just went ahead and picked these up. I believe these are like the 11 by 17 sheets. And to be honest, since we are working with such a small spot, I can go ahead and cut a small section out and I still have such a lot to go with. They're really affordable, to be honest with you. I think they're like $2. I believe these are the 3mm, but I will list it all down below. So in case you guys want to go down the rabbit hole of 3D puff, I'll get you set up there. So when it comes to my particular hat setup, my husband actually came up with this. I use this board right here and I place it on top of my table, and I actually use clamps to hold it down while I am trying to hoop my hat. And she has a lot of wear and tear on her, but guys, if you do not have a table, like if you don't have a table, because I was using a like a foldable table for a while, and I didn't have enough room, because when you are working with your hat device, if you see right here, you only have, come on, focus. See, you only have so much room. So with a foldable table, it wasn't working. And to be honest with you, if I put it on this table, it will ruin it. And it's not worth ruining my expensive table. So I continue to use this. And basically, I'm just gonna go ahead. Can you see what I'm doing? So from here, as you guys see, I'm sliding her on, and then we are just tightening her up. Oh my goodness. Okay. I have to fix this. My little adapter just fell off. What? Okay. So, with your Ricoma, you actually do get 2 hat hoops. Oh my gosh, that almost popped me right in the face. And we're just gonna go ahead and clamp her on. So I do have a couple videos that kind of go over how to physically hoop a hat. Now again, with your style hat, you may or may not need a backing for this one because of the structure. I don't know why I'm showing you the inside, but there's the inside. But this side, it's so hard that you actually do not need structure or stabilizer, versus a hat like this, right? A hat like this, see how flimsy it is? You would need a stabilizer in order to kind of keep its position to when it is embroidering. So your best thing you're gonna wanna do is just unclip it from the back. You do need to pull up your sweatband And your sweatband right here is actually what's going to sit in like under this metal piece. You guys can see that right here. And if you want to, if you look closely, you'll actually see a dash right here. This is to show you your center line. So you're gonna wanna use that as your best reference guide to know, where the center of the hat is, because something is reflecting. So I wanna make sure you guys see that right there. I feel like I am so close, so I do apologize if this is not looking the best. But again, your sweatband is going to be up, and we're just gonna go ahead, place your sweatband underneath here. Sometimes I give it a nice little wiggle, and that will help it. And then what you're gonna wanna do is, if you notice this latch right here, it has a bunch of like little teeth on it. These little teeth right here need to sit in the crevice of your hat. So make sure you're getting as close as you can to it. And what you're gonna wanna do is take your latch. Now keep in mind, every hat is different. Sometimes I do have to loosen this, sometimes I have to tighten it. I'm trying to find it. There we go. Okay, so then I just kind of push this just to make sure all the teeth are lining up with the hat. I want you guys to see what I look like, because what I look like is I'm looking over and I'm actually using the center of my hat here. So the center of my hat here, right here, right? I'm using that as the dash that I showed you up close with the physical hoop. Again, you can't see the dash, but you kind of get a concept of it. I will hold my brim here, and then it should be that hard. It should not be like it should be quite a bit of a force, because then you know you're locked into place. Okay, so you also do get these fancy dancy little clips here. You actually get 4 per bracket. I only use 2. So what you're gonna wanna do is take your hat, you wanna kind of press it and clip it. And we're going to do that on both sides. When it comes to hats, of course, we want to take off our brackets. I have the other bracket back here. You do want to go ahead and put on your hat hoop. So that is what we have. All right, and then from here, we're just gonna go ahead. Actually, you know what? I need to put my image on. I also need to put my thread on too. I forgot about that. So, all right, perfect. And you just wanna make sure that your sizing is your cap size. Honestly, on your Ricoma, it's literally a shape of a hat, so you cannot mess that up. I need to pick, all right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take this one off, so it's 3, 4. So I'll just go ahead and select 4. Now I am gonna set it on auto manual, because here's the thing, with this particular design, it does do it's kind of just like applique. Think of it like that. It's gonna do a stitch out first, right? So the way I set it up in my program, since it is letters, when it comes to 3D puff, you do have to buy specific like font for it. I buy it all through Etsy. This is like a college 3D font. I can go ahead and list that down below for you guys as well. So do keep that into consideration. But when it comes to Chroma software, every letter is added individually. So I just kind of grouped it together. So I only have to run it twice, thankfully. But again, it's gonna go ahead and do the outline trace. Then I'm gonna be able to put my 3D foam on, and then it's gonna go ahead and embroider again. And that second time it embroiders, it's when it's going to have, like I said, the foam on there. It's going to start doing that thicker shape, things like that. I digress. I feel like I'm saying a lot. All right, also when it does come to the 3D foam with your physical needle, you guys should honestly be replacing it, as far as I'm being told, almost every like 5th design. I think I'm going kind of low on that. I believe it's every 8th design. At least that's what I heard from another crafting channel. So I would just kind of throwing out like a lower number to be safe, because what's happening is your blade will dull because it's going through, you know, foam, then the fabric, and back up again. So when it constantly is repeating like that, they do say they say it wears out your needle. So do keep that into consideration. I actually as well just ran, I didn't even film it, but I actually just did an order of like 25 hats. And at the end of the order, I actually replaced my needle, just because it was so many hats in a row that I was like, let me just, you know, keep her fresh. So she's done. I know my bobbin is fresh. I just recently did it. Go ahead. By the way, there are 3 clamps, 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. You just want to, see, hear that? It didn't clamp in. Okay. Now they're nice and clamped. Okay. She's looking good. Can I go any lower? I can. I don't like to go too low because I notice that it will like start to hit back here, but that looks like that's the lowest I can go. And again, I do have it on auto manual because we need it to run twice. The first is going to be the out stitch. So let's do that now. Also, my speed, I'm dropping it to 530. You guys witnessed my needle snapping off. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. So, sorry, I'm so close. It snapped off right there because it hit the brim of the hat. And this is so tough. The first thing I'm gonna wanna do is actually pull the needle out of the hat so I do not forget. So let's do that. You gotta use your Allen key. And I do use my little, I don't even know what these are called, pliers. And then I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use an 80 needle rather than my 75. My 75 is standard, but since this is thicker, I'll just go ahead and do that instead. Okay, let's twist her back to center. Perfect. I am gonna leave all this out because if it happened once, it'll happen again. So since it happened once, it probably will happen again. I'm not gonna lie to you. I typically would back up the image, but since this is just an overlap, I'm not gonna be that picky. I'm gonna be that picky. We're just gonna put her on and hit continue. I'm just cleaning up some thread just because this particular font is college, which means it has like an opening in the center. I just want to make sure it looks nice and clean. To be honest, if I had one that was more solid, I would. I do have a solid, but it is cursive, and this is for a guy, so I'm not going that route. And to be honest with you, I just didn't want to buy another font because the 3D ones can be like $10, but you are getting the entire alphabet, so be mindful with that. So from here, you're gonna want to go ahead and take your sheet. Some people honestly will just kind of hold it up and not cut it and then cut it afterwards, but you know, just so you're not like technically wasting, which I think that's a pretty cool idea, but I didn't do that. Okay, and then all you're gonna do is you are gonna go ahead and take your foam and set it over it. The best thing to do, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna tell you and then show you, is just hold it down. Some people will pin it in place. You can just hold it down, and then once it does like its first initial, you can remove your hand and walk away. I don't remember, I think I already told you, I did drop the speed down to 530. I am worried again about it getting stuck on the center seam, because again, it's like two pieces of fabric like overlapping, plus now we have foam on top of it to make it worse. So wish us luck. Guys, this looks like pure doggy doo. One, it didn't even, oh my God. Look how bad this is. That's where the stitching's at. That's where it's oh my God, look how bad this is. What happened? Look at that. Oh my God. Like, we're not even on the same level, folks. Like, here's what I'm going to say. Is clearly this font is not meant for hats. It shouldn't be this small. It looks like pure booty hole. Now I just wasted a hat. I think I'm more upset about that. Thank God I bought two. All right, we're gonna scratch this whole 3D puff nonsense because, yeah, no, we're just gonna go in with the standard font. Look how horrible that looks. Oh my God. Well, live and learn. Let's go ahead and remove her off the chopping blocks. Not up in here. Oh my God, that looks so bad. I just poked myself in the eye. So I took a heck of an intermission. I laughed it off because that's all we can do. I've gone ahead and I rehooped my backup hat, so I'm hoping nothing happens. I did end up finding another font that I'm happy with off of defont.com. They're where I buy all my fonts when it comes to just doing like letters, and a lot of people will say they don't like it, but to each their own. I've not had a problem with it. So I picked a font that I liked. I've gone ahead and selected the color. I still have the needle, the 80 needle in here. I did not change that out, and I still have the speed set to 530. So we're just gonna cross fingers and hope we don't have any issues. I did take a minor glance at it, but I kind of wanted to see it with you guys as well. Not bad. Now there are just two little snags that caught, or not snags, but you see like here, maybe my ring light is just way too bright. Here we go. This little guy here, this little guy here. Otherwise, what do you guys think? I have not trimmed anything else off. Otherwise, I think it's looking pretty good. I don't know why okay. I thought a setting got messed up on my camera because it recently fell. Yeah. Oh, so careful over here. Anyways, actually, I'm gonna grab tweezers and I'm gonna cut that here in a second. Now, here's what I'm gonna say to you guys. Things happen when it comes to embroidery. Is it fun? No. Are you frustrated? Absolutely. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna conquer through it. We're gonna remember to always order backups, especially when we're trying new things. So luckily enough, I had the backup, because if I didn't, I would have had to pay for shipping and the whole 9 yards. So, like I said, the actual 3D font I have, I do want you guys to know it works completely fine. I'm gonna throw up a photo here of me physically putting it on a hat, but again, the image was a lot bigger. I really think that that needs to just be on a large image. It really shouldn't be as small as it was. I was just going with the flow. I was trying. A lot of you are gonna say it wasn't a hat, it digitizing image. You're correct, it wasn't. Usually it never is. Just like this bad boy, but she ran fine. So there's things that you're gonna learn when you come to embroidery. Some things you're just gonna wing it, some things you're just gonna be lazy with, AKA a lot of things that I do here. But overall, I was able to get this done and accomplished, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna go ahead and take my hat device off, put my arm brackets on because I do have another order to follow behind it that involves t-shirts. So hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully you're enjoying my mess ups, because I feel like I haven't had a little bit or some in a little bit. And yeah, this just grounds me and keeps me on my toes. So appreciate you guys for watching. If you could, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next crafting project. Bye everyone.